Hispanic Heritage Month kicks off tomorrow, and here at NewsNation, we are celebrating stories from Latin communities across the United States. One woman who always dreamed of working at NASA as a little girl is now living out that dream as a NASA engineer and hoping to inspire others in the process. NewsNation's Roosevelt Leftwich has her story.
It's a steady hum, one that you would just put out of your mind if you worked around the clean room at NASA Glenn. The things that are made inside need to be free of any sort of contamination, and that means any contamination, from dandruff to tiny particles from a shoe that could change the material's properties, because the sensitive electronics made inside these rooms might one day do wonders.
The applications that we have here, we have pressure sensors for high temperatures, that we are monitoring aircraft. We have devices that are meant for future science missions, like Planet Venus, for example.
For 27-year-old Shamir Maldonado Rivera, working for NASA became a goal from the time she was in elementary school and found out that she was very good at science and math. And her family found out that one should never, ever underestimate the determination of a little girl who didn't want to play with just toys.
And I was only 8 or 9 years old. My mom was like, why you want a telescope? You're so little like that. But yeah, I got it, and I remember spending a lot of time in the night, looking at the moon, the craters in the moon, and all that.
Shamir wanted to work for NASA, and nothing was going to stop her. When she couldn't get into the engineering school, she studied applied physics in college instead. And when she didn't have a job lined up, she just packed up and moved stateside and placed a really big bet on herself.
When I came to the U.S., like I said, I didn't know any English. My mom was like, when I let my mom know that I was coming, she was like, but you don't know any English. I'll figure it out. So that's always my motto. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to figure it out.
And Shamir figured it out big time, just by going for it. She learned English by jumping right in. And now she has not just one, but 2 jobs at NASA. As one of the Spanish voices of NASA's traveling science exhibits.
When I was growing up, NASA didn't have a Spanish channel community that I was able to understand their concepts of the things that we're doing. And now here, using my voice, we're able to translate those concepts, hard concepts, in a more simple language for Hispanic communities to understand.
And by building that understanding, Shamir hopes that when people hear her voice and she talks to children in person, especially young girls, she wants them to know that if they have the will and the desire to learn, they can. And just like she did, just figure it all out. She wants them to also be that little kid with the telescope and very, very big ideas.
A lot of times, we think that we cannot make it. We think we're not smart enough. We think that we need a PhD to be in NASA. All these things, just don't listen to those things. Just keep pushing, and if that's something that you want to do, just keep working for it.
Yep, and it's helpful when we can see it, we can believe it, and we believe in ourselves more. Our thanks to Roosevelt Leftwich for that report. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.